Life imprisonment and not the death penalty as was being sought in the RG Kar rape and murder case. There are protests that erupted by protesting doctors, by those who wanted the death penalty, which is the highest form of punishment that the charges he's convicted of would have attracted. The court said that this is not a rarest of rare case, which is why life imprisonment was awarded and not the death penalty, despite two of the sections that Sanjay Roy was found guilty of did attract the highest punishment of death. Now, political war words has also erupted over this. Mamata Banerjee, the Congress, BJP all seem extremely unsatisfied with the verdict, but the BJP and the Congress hoping that the state now pushes forth and appeals this verdict.
Life imprisonment has been given. What is your reaction?
See, whatever Honorable Court has decided, our primary reaction, we are with the court. But definitely our demand is always that we need to explore the larger conspiracy behind
Life imprisonment and death penalty, that is also the capital punishment was asked by almost
see, whether it will be life imprisonment or hang till death, that is different thing. But the question which is arising, the CBI failed to convince the Honorable Court that it is the rarest of rare crime. That is, we think it is there are lapses and failure on the part of CBI. Also, CBI has shown that not diligently followed all to book all who are involved in the larger conspiracy.
Our movement will go?
Yes, definitely our movement will go to book everyone who are involved in larger conspiracy, who are involved in tampering evidences and etc.
Today, life imprisonment has been given. What is your take on that?
We are sad and angry. We are extremely sad and angry because this case is a rarest of rare case, as has been evidenced by the huge movement that happened, kind of shook the conscience of whole of Bengalis. All Bengalis, their conscience was shaken. There's no bigger evidence of this being a rarest of rare case. We demand death penalty on behalf of Bangla Pokko. What we want to say is that now so Tilottama's father and mother, the father and mother of the victim, so they will be paying taxes to feed this animal who has done this brutal rape and murder of our sister. And what I want to say, a few days ago, Ognimitra Pal, who is the chief of the West Bengal BJP Women's Wing, she is on record saying that this criminal, who has now been proven in court to be the rapist and killer, was apparently, Ognimitra Pal said, he was not guilty at all and he has been framed. Now CBI, as we understand, CBI police works under political masters. Now the political master of CBI, as we know, is the union government led by the BJP.
Ashfaqullah, life imprisonment, was this something which is expected?
This is, completely half of justice, you can say, or you can say unsatisfactory justice. Because what we believe that this is the rarest of rarest crime, judge says this is not the rarest of rare crime. So that's the different part, but we believe that this is the, starting of the ending of the justice. So this is the starting, this is not the ending of the justice system. So we have the higher court, there's high court, we have the Supreme Court. We have different, questions, we have different emotion, we have different people. So we'll put all together and we'll fight for the, we'll fight in the next level, because everyone who have the, thinking power, they can laugh about it. This is not a justice for, one murder case.
Are you all really shocked with this judgment?
Yeah, we are completely shocked. We are unbelievable justice, but justice is different things, because judge give the order on the basis of surroundings evidence. So we believe that there is a lack of evidence, there is incomplete investigation. So we believe there is a lot more to do in this case. So
And you will fight?
We will fight, definitely we will fight.
Your parents?
Yeah, always with the parents, we will definitely fight. With the parents, with the whole of us parent for this country.
আমরা প্রথম দিন থেকে ফাঁসির দাবি করে এসেছিলাম এবং আজকেও আমরা সেই দাবিতে অটুট আছি। আপনারা দেখেছেন 54 দিন থেকে 60 দিনের মধ্যে আমরা ফাঁসি অর্ডার করেই দিয়েছি। আমরা এটাই বলেছিলাম আমাদের হাতে কেসটা থাকে আমরা কিন্তু অনেক দিন আগেই ফাঁসির অর্ডার দিয়ে দিতে পারতাম, ফাঁসির অর্ডার করে দিতে পারতাম। আমি জানি না কিভাবে লড়াই করেছেন, কি যুক্তি, ডিটেলসটা তো সিবিআই করছে এবং আমাদের হাত থেকে তো কেসটা ইচ্ছা করে কেড়ে নিয়ে চলে গেল। বাট আই এম নট স্যাটিসফাইড, কারণ আমি ফাঁসি হলে অন্তত মনকে সান্ত্বনা দিতে পারতাম।
Ananya, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more perspective on this. Ananya, this case had everything that would compromise or constitute as a rarest of rare case. There was a public outcry for justice. There was public abhorrence as far as this particular crime goes. The offender's state of mind, his background, all of which was under question, and yet the court decided that this is not a rarest of rare case.
Well, definitely, there have been various factors that, in fact, are taken into account when the rarest of the rare case is to be concerned. But at some point, the court must have believed that, some kind of a factor is missing from this whole. Some ingredient is missing, and hence, the court has come to a conclusion that this is not a rarest of the rare case. Definitely, there is an option for the parents and the CBI to approach a higher court in this case. But the big question that remains is that whether it was, with regards to the reform, the chance that can be given to the accused person, to the convict, or whether it is with regards to some kind of a fault as far as the investigation from the very beginning is concerned, whether it is in fact the deterrence of the crime scene, whether it's the crime scene being altered with, that has resulted in the CBI not being able to provide an actual in-depth probe is something that is also being discussed. But until and unless a detailed order copy actually comes out from the court of Additional Sessions Judge Anirban Das, nothing can be speculated as to what was the exact reason why this case has not been categorized as the rarest of the rare, because the outcry, the way the Supreme Court said that, it's a case not only of the assault of, a sexual assault, a normal sexual assault case, it's of a doctor, that too at her own workplace, and if at all they are not safe at their workplaces itself, then there is something that shakes the conscience of the society. So how has the court dealt with it? How and why the court feels that this is not a rarest of the rare case is something that only the judgment can tell us. But definitely the CBI should be given a little brownie point, because even after the crime scene was altered, there was a lot of evidence that got destroyed since the CBI told this to the Supreme Court that it entered the probe on the 5th day after the Calcutta High Court transferred that probe from the Calcutta Police to the Central Bureau of Investigation. We'll have to wait and see as to what the judge has observed as far as this case not being categorized as in fact a rarest of the rare category. But definitely the political war of words is already broken out. The BJP is accusing the Kolkata police, while the Mamata Banerjee government and Mamata Banerjee herself is saying that had the CBI not been there and the Kolkata police had been there, he would have been hanged till death.
That political face-off continues there on the sidelines of what transpired in the Sialdah court. Ananya, do stay on with us, because right after the court pronounced its quantum of punishment, which was life and not death as was wanted, there was a slew of protests that broke out right outside the court, protesting doctors, students, several other members of civil society also coming out on the streets of Kolkata to protest this judgment. Let's listen into some of those reactions.
And there is an absolute shock in the people of Kolkata. They have been started doing rallies and all. We have with us the council which represented Abhaya's parents. The lawyers are with me, and we will be talking to them to understand that what's the next step and what they feel about this judgment. So it's life imprisonment and not death penalty. How do you react to this?
See, we raised some questions in the form of the argument that there has been some latches from the part of the investigation agency. We have submitted a written set of argument in respect to that, and also we have verbally argued the fact that there are some other aspects that should have been looked into while investigating into this matter, which is been missing. Rather, sir, there are some latches from the part of the investigation agency, and the Lanet Court on the previous day has categorically stated that that has also raised some confusion in his mind and he has also criticized the same regarding the role of the investigation agency and also the role of the authority of the Arjikor Medical College and Hospital. Today, the sentence has been pronounced regarding that this accused person may be convicted to life imprisonment, and the copy of the judgment is yet to be published. And unless and until I get the copy of it, because the learned court has categorically stated that he has answered all our questions.
And say
Whenever
that it's
he-
not the rarest of the rare case.
And that has been argued by the defense counsel, and in his judgment the reason of this penalty, rather the life imprisonment other than the death penalty, is explained in his judgment. So unless and until I get the copy of it, I cannot elaborate the fact. But it is fact, yes, there is a confusion, there is a suspicion in fact regarding the procedure of investigation which has not been done in
Do you
properly.
think that the judges, the agencies have failed to convince the judge, as now some people have
See, in regard to this, the judgment, the portion of judgment, as being stated by Learned Senior, the portion of judgment will reflect it. And now, one more point is that in this part of sentence, there were three parts. One is life imprisonment, one is life imprisonment till death, and the other is death penalty. So the death penalty has not been given, but also on the contrary, normal life imprisonment has also not been given, because in section 66, or as per section 66 of BNS, the learned court has concluded by stating that Sanjay will be convicted as to whole life in regard to this matter. All right. Now the question which you are asking regarding the form of discrepancy in the investigating agency, that has been stated in the judgment, and we are waiting for the copy of the judgment. Let us get the copy and then we'll.
What next for you all?
Actually, unless and until we get the exact copy of judgment, we won't be able to answer that what we are planning next, because we'll have to see the judgment, what is there. Look, one thing is established, that the guilt of this accused person has been proved beyond reasonable doubt. That is why he has been found as guilty and he has been sentenced for life.
Kamalika now joining us live from Kolkata. She's been getting us all the reactions that have poured in after the quantum of sentence came out. Kamalika, any word from Abhaya's parents? We know that they left immediately after after the verdict was pronounced, after the quantum was given. In court, at least, they didn't say much, but any word from them of what is going to be their future course of action?
They're very upset, and they went out without speaking even a word to the media, and not also taking the calls. What we are learning is they'll definitely go to, as the council stated, the 22nd is the day when the case will come up in Supreme Court. Definitely in course of time they will be speaking what they want to say. But what they said in the court is they want justice. That's what the father had to say. The father clearly pointed out that there is no requirement that of any compensation, and there the judge said that the judge knows that previously also the parents have said that they don't require any type of compensation, because the laws which has taken place, no compensation can really compensate that. That also judge mentioned, but since it's a statutory thing to provide compensation, that's what is being provided. They are very much broken, they are upset, utterly upset, there's no doubt on that. But definitely from there they are going to fight it out. That's what the council says. They are saying the 22nd in Supreme Court there is this hearing. And another important point which the council stated is they might go to the higher court challenging the quantum of punishment. That is also there. Now, under which are the sections under which conviction took place? 103 clause 1 of BNS, 66 and 64. In 64 there is life imprisonment. In 66 there is life imprisonment until death. And 103 clause 1 is life imprisonment till death or death penalty. So the second one is more of the second section has been taken, where it is life imprisonment, if we go by that, where life imprisonment till death has been given. So the judgment is yet to come. The judgment is yet to come in the written version. Really, we'll have to see the order copy, and really then the analysis will take place.
Right, and whether or not Abhaya's parents or the state government decides to appeal this order, since it's just a sessions court, there are many more options available for a higher challenge. We'll have to keep an eye out on that. For the moment though, Komalika, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Political reactions meanwhile trickling in. Let's listen in.
हम लोग सेटिस्फाइड नहीं है, क्योंकि स्टेट पुलिस का हाथ में इन्वेस्टिगेशन था और फांसी का सजा कोर्ट ने दे दिया। लेकिन ये आरजीकर वाला बात, कलकत्ता पुलिस अरेस्ट कर लिया था, फिर वो तो सीबीआई के हाथ में थे, तो वो लोग तो सब बोल रहे थे वी वांट सीबीआई। अभी सीबीआई, ये तो फांसी का सजा ये तो आज अनाउंस नहीं हुआ, तो इसीलिए ये तो सीबीआई को बताना होगा। अगर ये कलकत्ता पुलिस में हाथ में होता तो अभी ये फांसी का सजा ये हो सकता होता था, क्योंकि हम लोग प्रूफ कर दिया, स्टेट पुलिस फराक्का में प्रूफ कर दिया, जयनगर में प्रूफ कर दिया, गुड़ाप में प्रूफ कर दिया और जगह में प्रूफ कर दिया। ये जो सोशल क्राइम है तो उसको फांसी का सजा ही होना चाहिए। तो अभी आज जो हुआ है तो क्यों नहीं हुआ, वो तो सीबीआई का रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है।
कोर्ट के जजमेंट के ऊपर हम कुछ नहीं कह सकते। हम चाह रहे थे कि हाईएस्ट पनिशमेंट हो, हाईएस्ट पनिशमेंट अभी नहीं हुआ। अब कोर्ट का वर्डिक्ट है, कोर्ट के खिलाफ तो हम बीइंग ए इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट आई कांट से एनीथिंग। बंगाल के लोग नहीं बिलीव करते कि इसमें एक लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व है। मुझे लगता है और भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन होना चाहिए। स्पेशली कोर्ट को बोलना चाहिए था कि जो बात संजय कर रहा है, संजय जो बात कर रहा है, उन्होंने राजीव कुमार का नाम लिया, पुलिस का नाम लिया, उसका तहकीकात होना।
बिल्कुल संतुष्ट नहीं है। फिर भी न्यायाधीश के खिलाफ तो मैं कुछ नहीं बोल सकते। न्यायाधीश भी क्या करे, जिस तरीके से तफ्तीश होगी, जिस तरीके से सबूत सामने लाए जाएंगे, उसी हिसाब से तो सजा तय होते हैं ना। अगर न्यायाधीश खुद चाहे तो भी कुछ नहीं कर पाते। ये मुद्दा सीबीआई वर्सेस सीआईडी नहीं, मुद्दा होना चाहिए एक दरिंदो जिन्होंने इस तरीके की हरकत, इस तरीके की मतलब दरिंदगी के चलते ये एक नापाक इरादे, घिनौने इरादे को अंजाम दिए थे। एक घिनौने इरादे को अंजाम देते हुए एक चिकित्सक और साथ साथ एक डॉक्टर को इस तरह की जघन्य मौत, जघन्य खून, भयानक खून और उसके साथ साथ बलात्कार किए गए थे। उसके मुकाबला में हम लोग चाहते थे कि कड़ी से कड़ी सजा मिलना चाहिए, क्योंकि जो अपराधियों है ये अपराधी को अंदर डर पैदा हो। लेकिन ये सजा सुनकर मुझे लगता है कि ऐसे तो बंगाल में कोई अपराधी को डर है ही नहीं।
दुख की बात है। मुझे लगता है इस पूरे मामले में जो कोलकाता पुलिस ने जांच की, शायद वही सीबीआई के सामने पेश की गई, और उस जांच में जो कमी थी, उस कमी के कारण इतना बड़ा एक केस जो कि पूरी तरह से ऐसा बनता है कि उनको लाइफ इम्प्रिजनमेंट ना होकर उसको डेथ पेनल्टी मिलनी चाहिए थी। एक जजेस की इनसेंसिटिविटी भी बताती है कि इतना बड़ा केस रेयरेस्ट ऑफ रेयर नहीं कहा गया, तो वो भी एक इनसेंसिटिविटी है जुडिशरी की। और कुछ तो लूप होल्स इन्वेस्टिगेशन में पुलिस ने छोड़े होंगे। तो पूरी एक सरकार जैसे वेस्ट बंगाल की सरकार है, वो इसमें कुछ लोगों को बचाना चाहती थी और वही हुआ। उन्होंने वो प्रूफ ही नहीं दिए जिसके कारण सीबीआई कोर्ट में प्रॉपरली रख पाती।
इससे बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है कि सेंटेंसिंग की सवाल पर, विशेषकर बलात्कार और मर्डर केसेस के सवाल पर पूरा मनमाना चल रहा है। पूरा केस की जो इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट और सीबीआई ने दोनों ने केवल एक व्यक्ति पर फोकस किया है, संजय राय। वो तो दोषी है ही, लेकिन उसके पीछे क्या नेक्सस है? ये कैसे हो सकता है कि पब्लिक हॉस्पिटल में रेप और मर्डर किसी को पता नहीं? बहुत सारे सवाल है जिसका जवाब न ही ये जजमेंट न ही इन्वेस्टिगेशन में सामने आ रहा है। इसलिए ये किसी भी हालत पर इस पूरे केस के बारे में, ये पूरा जो केस है इसमें अन्याय के सिवा कुछ नहीं है, घोर अन्याय।
In the Arjikar matter, verdict has certainly been delivered, but has justice been delivered, has closure been given, is a question that only every citizen of West Bengal, every citizen of this country, parents of the unfortunate victim, and people have to answer through their conscience. Because everyone has seen the attitude and approach of the West Bengal government under Mamata Banerjee and her police. But TMC's agenda was not Beti ko nyay dilao, saboot mitao. Today Mamata Banerjee's accountability is most important, and unless those people who are behind protecting the rapists, they are not punished, till that time full closure cannot be given.
On that note, slipping into a quick break on this edition of Nation at 5, but news and updates continue here on CNN News 18. Do stay tuned.
לא הסיכוי שנוותר על אחד שתחזירי אלינו. אין יום שלא חשבנו עליך, עשינו הכל מהבוקר עד הלילה רק להחזיר אותך אלינו.
Thank you so much for staying with us here on Nation at 5. Reactions coming in to the quantum of sentence that came to the fore for RGK rape and murder convict Sanjay Roy, who has been awarded the life penalty, the life imprisonment until death by the Sialda court. Now NCW reacting to the quantum of sentence that has come to the fore. NCW going on to welcome the judgment. It says that the commission had initially advocated for the imposition of death penalty, but it acknowledges the court's decision to impose a sentence of life imprisonment. It also appreciates the swift proceedings in the case. Ananya, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details on this. Ananya, this is contrary to all the other reactions that we've seen so far. Everyone else that we've spoken to right after the quantum of sentence seems extremely dissatisfied with it.
Well, definitely, it is one of a kind reaction that is summoned from the National Commission for Women, wherein the National Commission for Women welcomes this judgment that is coming from, in fact, the Sealdah court. It goes on to say the commission had initially advocated for the imposition of death penalty. It acknowledges that the court's decision to impose a sentence of life imprisonment for the convict is also something that the NCW has gone on to appreciate, that the swift proceedings of the case have taken place and have led to a justice being served, is what in fact the NCW has gone on to say. Very clearly, the commission also says that it believes that this conviction will instill a sense of justice in the society and remind everyone that such crimes will not go unpunished. So definitely, some positive side coming in as far as this whole Sealdah court verdict is concerned. But definitely there would be, challenge to this verdict very, very soon. We might see either the CBI or, in fact, the parents of Abhaya approaching, in fact, the Kolkata High Court or a higher judicial body to actually challenge this particular verdict. How well does it play up? That is something that only time can tell us.
Right, Ananya, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. Reactions, though, are trickling in thick and fast to this quantum of sentence. The West Bengal governor also now reacting to this entire saga that played out in court. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose now calling for stricter measures for the safety of women across the state of West Bengal. He says it continues to remain a critical concern, adding that while judicial punishment in such cases is important, it cannot alone address the broader issues regarding violence against women. Kamalika, my colleague, joining us now, getting us more details. Kamalika, there are lots of reactions that are pouring in. The West Bengal governor now weighing in as well, also reminding the state government that law and order needs to be of paramount importance. Safety of women needs to be looked into as well.
Well, absolutely. The governor has come up with a strong statement, and he has stated that in light of this verdict of Arjikar case, the issue of women's safety and security continues to be remains a very critical concern. According to him, the governor has emphasized that while the judicial punishment in such case is definitely important, it alone cannot change the society, the broader society's issues. Contributing to increasing such incidents of violence against women should be looked after. Punishment, no matter how severe, does not end the problem. So the rising incidents of rape, assault and murders are alarming and reflect that this needs to have a different treatment. It is imperative that the government implements a robust and proactive policy to combat those atrocities and ensure the safety of women. But definitely the governor is also stating that it is the state government who should have a robust policy in which the people are afraid, and because the people are afraid, those people are rapists and those type of people, they should be afraid of doing such heinous crimes. So the governor has called for an immediate action to enhance the security of women, particularly in workplaces, and underscored the necessity of creating a widespread societal awareness regarding women's safety. It's a very strong statement coming up from the governor, and he has announced that the Raj Bhavan will convene a meeting with all relevant stakeholders to address the issue and will bring the recommendation to the notice of the government for immediate appropriate action. Raj Bhavan's real-time monitoring cell will do concurrent monitoring of the petitions about atrocities on women received in the peace room and take appropriate action. The Abhaya Plus program to provide self-defense training will also be stepped up. So, a very strong statement coming up. It seems that the politicians are not happy, the governor is not happy, whoever who actually are related to this case, they are not happy with the judgment that has come. So definitely in a way, when there is a tremendous protest on the roads of Kolkata, on the other hand, the governor, the chief minister, we have also got the National General Secretary of Trinamool Congress, Abhishek Banerjee, reacting that capital punishment should have taken place. He has also first stated about had this been done by Kolkata police, it would have gone a different thing. So all these things are happening, but clearly it's a very depressing environment in Calcutta.
Right, Kamalika, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates as they trickle in on ground. But at the moment, we are slipping into a quick break on this edition of Nation at 5. Back in just a few minutes. Do stay tuned.
בשנייה לא הצלחנו. לא הסיכוי שנוותר על אחד שתחזירי אלינו. אין יום שלא חשבנו עלייך, עשינו הכל מהבוקר עד הלילה רק להחזיר אותך אלינו. זהו עכשיו אותי.
גל? שומע אותי?
כן, שלום. ראש הממשלה, אני נמצא במרכז המבצעים שלנו, של מערכת הביטחון, עם המוסד, עם השב"כ, עם צה"ל, עם כל המערכת שלנו, ואני רוצה לדווח לך שהחטופות שלנו הועברו לידי כוחותינו, וממש בדקות האלה הן עוברות את הגבול לשטחנו. אני מתרגש מאוד.
הן חצו כבר את הגבול לישראל?
זה ממש קורה בדקות האלה, עכשיו.
אז ברגע שזה קורה, דווח לי שהן נמצאות בשטח המדינה שלנו. זה יום מאוד מרגש. אלה החטופות הראשונות בסבב הזה שאנחנו מחזירים הביתה, ואני מבקש גל שתמסור להן, לרומי, לדורון, לאמילי, עם שלם מחבק אתכם. ברוכות השבות הביתה.
By the 16th day of the deal, talks will begin in the second phase. This phase includes the release of Israeli soldiers and a permanent end of the war without Hamas in power or able to threaten Israel. Hundreds of trucks are entering Gaza as I speak. They're carrying assistance for civilians who suffered enormously from the war that Hamas started on October 7, 2023, nearly 15 months ago. Today alone, we anticipate several hundred trucks will enter the Gaza Strip as I'm speaking. And after so much...
Thank you for staying with us here on Nation at 5. We have some news now coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where terrorists are believed to be trapped, holed up in Kishtwar. CNN News 18 has accessed an exclusive video of these wanted terrorists. The first video is of the terrorists on the run that we've accessed for you. There are 4 terrorists at least that are seen on that particular video. A 5 lakh bounty has been announced for all 4 of them. They have been identified by our forces as well, and a manhunt is now launched. Ishan, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Ishan, if you could take our viewers through what exactly these CCTV footages, these videos actually do point to.
Well, this clearly helps the security forces establish that who are these militants who are, roaming around Kishtwar, because these part of the Jammu region became volatile since a couple of years, and that's where the focus has been. And now J&K police, after this video, they have been able to access, were able to identify Saifullah and 3 of his accomplices who are part of this particular group and are somewhere staying in the top mountain peaks of Kishtwar. Because we've seen that a number of occasions these militants have now tried to stay far away from the site of villagers and locals and trying to stay put in the mountainous parts. And most of them, what security agencies have told us, are have a little dialect of Punjabi dialect, which indicates that they are all from the Pakistan and they had come in to create mayhem and chaos. Now, police is asking everyone to for a reward of 5 lakh rupees on providing information of these. We have accessed this footage where it clearly shows them with bags and AK-47 rifles in their hands and trying to climb up these mountainous areas. Because as we said earlier, that the focus of these outfits has been to stay in these mountainous areas, survive for a very long time, and then try to carry out attacks at the security forces. But now, since this video has been accessed by the security forces and they have been able to identify them and posters have been installed and put up in Kishtwar so that they could be further intelligence generated on them. There have been attacks which have taken place in Kishtwar, and that's why security forces are on their toes. And this video that we have accessed clearly shows their movement in the top areas of the Kishtwar region. And forces have now been able to develop a synergy there and trying to generate more input, trying to ensure that there is more footprint there so that they could be tapped before they could launch any such kind of attack. But yes, they are very much present there. This is one of them is Saifullah and others. There are 4 of them, and one of them has been seen filming it. So the police is concerned, but yes, there is an overall push to ensure that they are trapped and their information is generated well on time.
Right now, Ishan, the crackdown that we've seen in the recent past has increased as far as both Jammu and Kashmir are concerned. The weather is something that's of concern as well. Usually winter months are when we do not see such kind of infiltration or such kind of activity. But now as we're moving towards, moving away from winter, this is something that is going to be of major concern, this kind of movement?
Well, yes, this kind of movement has been witnessed now in the forests and top areas of Kashmir Valley. And also in these south of Peet Panjal, particularly Kishtwar, Rajouri, Poonch, where most of the encounters and attacks have taken place in the mountainous region. So the forces are believing that they are trying to shelter themselves in the naturally made caves, particularly in those areas where it snows less and generally where the winter has less impact as compared to the Kashmir Valley or those areas of Jammu where it snows heavily. So they are trying to station themselves there. But what the forces have done is that they have augmented special operation teams in these areas and particularly the young officers so that they could climb these mountains, they could carry out search operation from one area to another and try to ensure that they don't stay there for a very long time. And plus the movement of nomads which happens from Kashmir to Jammu. Now these nomad huts have been cause of concern during the summer time, but now it's winter and they are stationed there. So there is further improvement in the intelligence generation of the security forces. But we haven't seen, them staying in the mountains. But this year around, we have seen that they are trying to stay put in these mountains, particularly the edge is being given by the large natural caves which are present there and something which has been noticed by the security agencies. But nonetheless, 5 lakh rupees award has been announced and they are trying to make sure that they are able to generate intelligence from them.
Right, Ishan. Thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. At the moment, taking a quick pause here on Nation at 5, slipping into a quick break. Back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
ये है
Yes.
בשנייה לא הצלחנו. לא הסיכוי שנוותר על האחד שתחזירי אלינו. אין יום שלא חשבנו עלייך, עשינו הכל מהבוקר עד הלילה רק להחזיר אותך אלינו. זהו עכשיו אותי.
Welcome back. Donald Trump is all set to return as the President of the United States. He's going to be sworn in as the 47th American President later tonight at about 10:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. That's when the inauguration is going to take place. Ahead of that, he had a victory march, a rally of sorts that he held yesterday on the eve of the inauguration, where not only did he swear to make America great again, he also spoke about how he's not going to waste any time in following up on the promises that he made on his campaign trail. He went on to say that he could be signing over 100 executive orders on day one after his inauguration takes place later today. Listen in to some of those reactions that have come.
It all starts tomorrow when I raise my hand on the Bible to be sworn as we'll be sworn in tomorrow. We're all going to be sworn in together. That's the way I look at it. It's not me, it's you. Greatest of all time. So we will be sworn in tomorrow. I'll be representing you as your 47th President of the United States. And just in conclusion, together we're going to cut your taxes, end inflation, slash your prices, getting them back down, raise your wages, and bring thousands of factories back to the USA. And together, we will make America powerful again.
Now, on campaign trail, Donald Trump had said that he is going to be ensuring that all wars end, and it looks like he is working towards that. He's now come out and said that right after he's sworn in, he would be prioritizing talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. This is over the Russia-Ukraine conflict that we've seen for over 2 years now. Akanksha, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details. Akanksha, he's prioritizing talks with Russia over Ukraine. That's what the message seems to be coming in. He's directed his aides to arrange a call with Vladimir Putin in the coming days.
Absolutely. Remember, Poonam, the war is going to complete nearly 3 years. It's already reaching the 3-year milestone. Any talks between, say, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin will also reflect a sharp breakaway from President Biden's approach. Remember, Trump has not spoken directly with Putin in almost 3 years, but we all know the kind of good offices he has with Russian president, which is why he has made no commitment as far as the military aid to Ukraine is concerned. We don't know if that military aid will continue or not. So he had also promised as a candidate to end conflict within time of being sworn in. So we'll have to see how this pans out. But being that officials on Trump's national security team are already working towards all with Russian president several weeks ago. And what that date is going to be is something we'll have to wait for a final confirmation upon. We are being told it's still being finalized. But the Indian president said that talks have been arranged, and Kremlin has said that it would be waiting until Trump is in office for any formal preparations. What's interesting is Serbia and Switzerland, both the countries, have said they are willing to host these peace talks and these negotiations. So we'll have to see what will be that peace plan, which will be endorsed by Donald Trump and also is okayed by NATO countries along with Ukraine as well.
Right, Akanksha, thank you so much for getting us the latest on that front. World leaders are congregating in Washington, D.C. to attend the swearing-in ceremony. This is Donald Trump, who is going to be sworn in as the 47th President of the United States. The ceremony begins at about 10 p.m. Indian time, and that's when all eyes will be on Washington, on U.S. Capitol, where this inauguration ceremony is going to be taking place. My colleague Sanjay Roy has been on ground in Washington, getting us the mood and feel. Take a look.
Think of all the millions and millions who voted for Trump here at this very long and very enthusiastic queue, despite icy rain, to hear Trump at his pre-inauguration address. We get some idea of the kind of passion that has fed the very extensive support for him, and we get a fair idea of the enthusiasm among people for the new presidency, what he'll do for them and what he'll do for America.
I think that he's done a lot of good for our economy, and I think that he will do a lot more for us once he comes into office. So I'm just excited to see what the economy will become once he comes in office.
I think that he has a lot of great policies and that keeps our country safe, helps us stay out of wars, out of trouble, and again, lowers our prices, keeps the economy a lot more stable than what the past has been.
I'm from New Jersey, and I am a huge supporter of President Trump. I think he will be wonderful for the country. He will do a lot to remedy some of the things that are going on. And he is just a fantastic man, fantastic president, and I'm very excited that he won.
I do also just appreciate President Trump, who could not, somebody who was shot and says fight, 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 and I think he's going to be a great pro-life president.
I mean, even if he does a fraction of what he promised to do, it's better than what we've had in the previous administration.
It's been a torrent of announcements from Trump ever since his election on all that he will do as president, and now the due delivery date is at hand, and he has said he will make heads spin. Well, they're spinning already, and not just in the US, but really around the world. Ambitious aims: make America great again, of course, make Canada America, make Greenland America, make Panama America, and on that one he has said he is not ruling out use of the military, calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America. Well, the water in the sea won't mind, but Mexico certainly does. Mexico now is in focus. Trump is coming at Mexico and at Mexicans with the force of a tornado. The biggest deportation drive in history, as declared, will be launched on day one with raids on undocumented migrants, primarily from Mexico, and that's due to begin on January the 21st, if not on January the 20th itself, when Trump is inaugurated as the 47th president at Capitol Hill right here. That drive would hit millions of families, many in the US for generations now. The US has an estimated 11 million such undocumented migrants, but the real number could well be higher. But then again, it's not just Trump being Trump. Much of this is indeed what he had promised to do and was elected to do. He's no unknown factor. He's setting out to do what he wants, sure, but in doing so, necessarily doing also mostly what the majority of America wants. This includes, of course, the promised cuts within the government, and those two are likely to come thick and fast. The new Department of Government Efficiency may not save all of the $2 trillion that Musk has targeted in the $6.7 trillion budget, but certainly a lot of government departments are simply going to vanish, and they will vanish together with thousands and thousands of government jobs and the services that they have been providing.
Brought to you by
Yes.
אפשר לגעת בה.
בשנייה לא הצלחנו. לא היה סיכוי שנוותר על האחד שתחזירי אלינו. אין יום שלא חשבנו עלייך, עשינו הכל מהבוקר עד הלילה רק להחזיר אותך אלינו. זהו עכשיו אותי.
גל, שומע אותי?
כן, שלום. ראש הממשלה, אני נמצא במרכז המבצעים שלנו, של מערכת הביטחון, עם המוסד, עם השב"כ, עם צה"ל, עם כל המערכת שלנו, ואני רוצה לדווח לך שהחטופות שלנו הועברו לידי כוחותינו, וממש בדקות האלה הן עוברות את הגבול לשטחנו. אני מתרגש מאוד.
הם חצו כבר את הגבול לישראל?
זה ממש קורה בדקות האלה, עכשיו.
אז ברגע שזה קורה, דווח לי שהן נמצאות בשטח המדינה שלנו. זה יום מאוד מרגש. אלה החטופות הראשונות בסבב הזה שאנחנו מחזירים הביתה, ואני מבקש גל שתמסור להן, לרומי, לדורון, לאמילי, עם שלם מחבק אתכם. ברוכות השבות הביתה.
By the 16th day of the deal, talks will begin in the second phase. This phase includes the release of Israeli soldiers and a permanent end of the war without Hamas in power or able to threaten Israel.
Welcome back. India's javelin champ Neeraj Chopra tied the knot in an intimate ceremony with Himani Mode yesterday. The pictures came out on social media, were posted by Neeraj Chopra himself. This despite there being absolutely no buzz ahead of the ceremony. But once that post was out, once the pictures were out on social media, there were love and congratulations that poured in for the couple.
India's double Olympic medalist and 2023 world champion Neeraj Chopra is now taken and booked for life. He tied the knot with Himani Moore in a private ceremony recently. The 27-year-old, who was recently in India for a brief visit, got married 2-3 days ago, according to his uncle Bhim Chopra. Neeraj, the only Indian track and field athlete to win an Olympic gold, shared the news on social media on Sunday, posting pictures from the ceremony held at an undisclosed location. Bound by love happily ever after, he wrote. As one of India's most celebrated youth icons, Neeraj's announcement quickly went viral, sparking a wave of reactions and curiosity about his bride. 25-year-old Himani Moore hails from Haryana like Neeraj. She is from Sonipat, while Neeraj is from Khandra in Panipat. A former tennis player, Himani is reportedly pursuing a master's in sports management at the McCormack Eisenberg School of Management in Massachusetts, USA. She previously studied at Amherst College, where she managed the women's tennis team and competed as a student athlete in the NCAA from 2019 to 2022 under a tennis scholarship. Himani also holds a bachelor's degree from Delhi's Miranda House. The wedding was held in India recently with the blessings of both families. Himani is very supportive of Neeraj and we wish the couple all the best for their new journey. Bhim Chopra had shared, declining to disclose the exact date or location of the ceremony. He added, "We've been receiving congratulatory messages from all over the world. While it's overwhelming, this is also a private moment for the family. We kindly request the media and fans to respect their privacy." Well, much love to the newest couple in town. For more updates from the world of entertainment and celebrities, follow Shosha.
Green Lamb Laminates presents CNN News 18 Primetime Studio.
Good evening, you're watching Plain Speak with me, Kritsween Valyan. We're coming to you live from CNN News 18 Primetime Studio presented by Green Lamb Laminates. Viewers, in the wee hours of 9th August, Abhaya, a postgraduate trainee, was raped, tortured and murdered inside a seminar hall of RG Medical College in Kolkata. As per the post-mortem report, her endocervical canal had 150